Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Right now I'm just getting ready for bed, so I'm going to take you guys along with me, show you a couple new products that I've been currently using, and just talk about things that have been recently on my mind. So if this is something you're interested in listening to, keep watching. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna quickly go brush my teeth. So this past weekend I was actually at a dance competition, everything went well, I had a lot of fun. But obviously I had so much makeup on for the past like 3-4 days. My skin needs time to breathe, obviously. I don't know if you can tell, I have a little pimple here. I'm just gonna embrace it though. I do have a little bit of makeup on today, but usually during like the comp season, I try to kind of minimize it just because I want time for my skin to breathe and kind of restore itself before I have another whole weekend of doing that all over again. So like yesterday when I went to class, I had no makeup on at all. I didn't even put in my contacts. I had my glasses on. But today I did put on a little bit of makeup on my eyes and all of that. So I'm definitely going to take that off. I'm going back in with my trusty oil cleanser. This one is absolutely my favorite. It actually works to moisturize your skin, which I really appreciate. And this is my go-to for removing that type of makeup. I've been using this to get rid of my comp makeup as well, so very highly recommend. And with that, my makeup is gone, so I'm gonna quickly wash this off. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna quickly just double cleanse with this foam cleanser. And again, this is one of my go-to products, so if you're a dancer or if you're someone that genuinely is very interested in skincare, I definitely recommend double cleansing, and I think that's usually like what's required when you do use oil cleansers. Obviously oil and water do not mix, so you're gonna need some type of other non-oil based cleanser to get rid of that oil and the remaining product that might be on your face. That was just a little skincare 101 lesson, and I know a lot of other studios are kind of preparing for competitions, so any dancers that are interested in how to kind of like take care of yourself during such a busy time, I think it's important to talk about. But again, I'm gonna just wash this off real quick and I'll be back. Okay, now that that's done, I'm actually gonna quickly hop into the shower and then I'll be right back to kind of just finish off my skincare. As you can tell, I've got quite a bit going on. I've been so tired recently, and again with the competition season, like it's just everything is out of place, going crazy. So I'm gonna try and replenish my skin for tonight, and a big thing with this one is getting sleep. Recently on the Sunday it was daylight saving time, so not only did I have a really busy schedule at the dance competitions, I also lost an hour on top of that, and so many other crazy factors. But again, sleep is one of the most important things. I actually don't nap because I don't really like napping. I hate the way it feels when you wake up from a nap, and like it just feels so disorienting, and I hate like that feeling of like wasting my day, my time. So I really do avoid naps regardless of how tired I am. But the past 2 days after my competitions, I've literally napped twice on the Monday, once today, for at least an hour. On Monday, I napped for I think 3 hours total. It was crazy. I've never been that drained in my entire life. But again, that just goes to show that sleep is so important. So get your sleep, get your good night's rest, and sweet dreams. But before I say goodbye, I'm gonna obviously hop in the shower and I'll show you the skincare regimen that I use to kind of heal and restore my skin. And we'll do a little bit more yapping then. I'll see you soon. Okay, I am out of the shower. As you can tell, my skin is so dry. I need to replenish it, so I'm gonna start with a toner pad. And this one is my current favorite one. It's from Torridon. Okay, and let's officially get into some yapping while we wait for these to kind of reset my skin. Basically over the first comp, I performed my tap solo, which will be up on my YouTube. I performed a self-choreographed solo to the song Runaway Baby by Bruno Mars. And basically 2 years ago, I also did a solo to another Bruno Mars song, Uptown Funk. It's actually on my YouTube channel, so go check that out. But basically, I received tapes from the judges that judged the competition, and they give personal feedback, they give remarks. And this past competition and the one from 2 years ago where I used these Bruno songs, the judges really enjoyed the performance, but also they made note of like, this could be the next Bruno Mars video to the song, like the music video for the song. And that was one of the most flattering things I've ever received in my life. And I remember one of the judges in the most recent comp I went to, he literally like sat back away from the mic and he was like, wow, I love that. And like, oh my gosh, these compliments that I received, genuinely, like, they make me feel so like validated and seen, especially because my style of tap isn't exactly conventional. But being able to receive feedback from professionals within the industry and like them just enjoying the performance, I found so like heartwarming. And actually that goes into there's a song that actually like recently blew up in Korea. It's called I'm Firefly, but basically a newer artist, kind of like newer artist I guess, did a cover of the song I'm Firefly. So it's not actually by him, he's just like remaking it almost. But the backstory to that song, which was written by like the original person, if you know the backstory, it literally breaks my heart because the lyrics of the song are so gorgeous. But I bring this up because it's been something I've been feeling recently where the lyrics literally go, I thought I was a star that fell from the sky. Little did I know I was a firefly. That rhymed. I did not. It's a Korean song. I just translated that on the spot. That's my translation of it. But like that, oh my god, I literally cried when I heard that because that is one of my biggest fears. Because I would hate to disappoint myself in that I perceive myself a certain way, but in reality, that's not how it is. That's been a big fear of mine since like forever. And especially within dance, especially within tap, I always claimed it to be my strongest genre, but I never really truly believed it in my heart. And honestly, up until recently, I did not believe that like I was genuinely like good at this genre. I always found it fun. I always loved performing it, but I never, like I always had this like thought at the back of my head where I was like, am I really even like good? And so that song literally like just reminded me of that feeling, of that sensation of like not feeling confident enough to perceive myself on like a higher pedestal or like hold myself up to a higher standard in the case that I disappoint myself of the reality of like results in life or things like that. And I don't know, like that literally just, that song spoke to me so much. And just this past competition, reflecting on what the judges have been telling me, like just getting that sense of validation was something I needed so bad, but I didn't realize I needed. And so that was just something that like really spoke to me, and like I was able to figure out more things about myself. And I feel like I just never really realized like what words I needed to hear in order to like be the best version of myself. And I don't know if this is the case for anyone else, but like when people are like, oh wow, you're so good at this, like oh wow, you're very like pretty, you're so talented at this, like I always have like a suspicion in the back of my head where I'm like, they're probably just saying that, or like what's the chance that they actually mean what they say? Because again, like words are so easy to just like say, spit out, and like whatever, if it's received, it's received, if it's not, you take it back, whatever. So I've always had this like mistrust in terms of like compliments. And so literally just hearing the amount of like appreciation from these judges, like I genuinely, I keep saying this, but like I felt so seen and felt so validated. This isn't to encourage that like you need to hear good things from other people, you need to rely on what other people think about you. It's just like in that moment, it's something I truly needed. And just yeah, like reflecting on this past weekend, it just made me kind of understand who I was as a person. And it was just a really big learning experience for me as a whole, I feel like. Okay, and we're done. And on a lighter note, I actually like hearing the tapes, I looked back at like I mentioned, like my solo from 2 years ago where I also did a Bruno song. The judge said the same exact thing where she was like, yeah, like I could see this as being the next Bruno Mars music video. And dare I say, I genuinely want to like send him or like his company or his, I don't know, staff, his media people, my past 2 solos where I used his song, just because I feel like tap isn't really like a popular genre of dance that's explored within like the music industry or like the entertainment industry as a whole. And even in the dance industry, it's often overlooked. So I personally, like one of my dream goals, I guess, is to kind of publicize tap as like a very entertaining genre, something that's not super strictly like technical, and something like genuinely people can sit, enjoy, and watch. But also like it's fun to do. Like it's generally my favorite style of dance ever, and the way I perform it and the way I choreograph it to the songs and like my song choices when I do perform tap routines, I feel like it's very not only like diverse but very like unconventional, as I've mentioned. So I feel like through my choreography I really do try to like make tap more understandable to people who've never seen it before. But yeah, I would love, like this would be such a dream come true if I could like somehow get Bruno to see my tap solos, the one I performed this year, this season, and the one I performed 2 years ago. Like, it would be a dream come true if, like, I don't know, I could go on like tour with him and like maybe even teach him and like some backup dancers like a tap routine. Like, it's so fun. Like, and I find that his songs are so good because there's insane amounts of interpretations you can take on his music because there's such like diverse musicality within like a single song even. And I don't know, I love performing like bright, happy, energetic vibes, and a lot of his songs portray that, which I am such a fan of. And like, fun little fact, 2 years ago people used to call me like, oh, are you the Bruno girl? And I was like, yeah, I'm the Bruno girl, what's up? And then even this year, one of my close friends who also taps, she was like, hey, you're literally so Bruno, like you're so Bruno. And I was like, thank you. But yeah, no, that would be such a dream come true. So I'm gonna try my very, very best to somehow like send some type of file to his team and have it somehow reach him so that, I don't know, like I just want him to see my performance and enjoy it. Like, that's all I really want to ask him for, just to see it, enjoy it, and like appreciate it. And like, Bruno himself, an insane talented dancer, so like I feel like he'd be able to interpret it really well and just like have fun watching it, which is again one of my ultimate goals of just performing tap routines. So once I post my performance to that song that I talked about, I'm gonna need your guys' help to actually tag him in the comments, tag his team, his company, anything along those lines, so that the publicity is like working in the favor of the algorithm to get to Bruno. No, because that genuinely would be such a dream come true. And even like his song with Rosé from Blackpink, Apate, he literally, like, I don't know, I'm basically connected to him in that way because my ethnicity is Korean, so he basically knows me, you know what I'm saying? Let me not get too ahead of myself. Wait, also, did I say this is a pimple patch? I should have mentioned that, but yeah, it's just like a cute little flower. Very, very cute. Anyways, the weather has been warming up a lot recently in Canada, and it's been very, very nice to not have to shiver my timbers every time I breathe the cold air. Like, you guys know that feeling where like you eat a mint and then you breathe in through your nostrils and like you feel like death because there's like icicles forming in your lungs? That's not happening anymore, which I'm very, very happy about. So there's always a bright side. Ooh, my hair looks crazy. Okay, and then these insane dry patches, I'm gonna take some hydrocortisone to just kind of cool that down. Clearly, I do not do well in very, very dry environments, which if you're a performer, you know this, but like on stage, you know, like those smoke machines, they make the visual of like the performance so, so gorgeous, but like detrimental to your lungs and your breathing. So your dancing feels, or like your performing feels like 400 times harder than it usually does, like when you're practicing in studios. But again, with so many layers of makeup on and then the smoke machine on top of that, and you're sweating and like you're going crazy, my skin was just not handling that well. But you know what? It could have been worse, so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, overall, I think like I was able to reflect a lot on my own character, my own values, some things that I definitely need to work on in terms of like my character progression. And it's also giving me like a sense of eagerness and urgency, and I guess like passion to continue performing tap solos. Like, I just enjoy it so much. Like, I feel so much like myself when I'm on stage for tap solos. I'm gonna cry. Like, I get so passionate about, oh my, why am I crying? But like, I genuinely get so passionate about that, like on the stage, and I genuinely just feel so much like myself. Like, I keep saying that, but like, genuinely, like, it's just so fun, and I love like watching myself in like the tape. This sounds so like narcissistic, but like I love watching myself again on like the tapes, not only to monitor what I should work on, but also like, wow, I genuinely did that well, because like I said before, like I have this like constant habit of like second guessing my abilities. And sometimes I guess it's a good thing in the sense that like It's a very humble approach to like how I view myself and how I present myself to others, because again, you'd never want to be that narcissistic performer where like you think you're the best at everything. It's a great mentality to believe in yourself, but there's a difference between having confidence and then just being straight up cocky and just being so blunt about, oh, I think I'm the best. But I think there also like needs to be a really, really big balance between being humble but also being confident enough in yourself as a performer especially. But again, even if you're not a dancer, like just as a human being in general, I feel like it's such a valuable skill to be able to balance, again, confidence and humility. And there's something so respectable about that in terms of like seeing that within other people and like seeing it within yourself as well. Because people around you will obviously recognize your skill and your talent. You don't have to prove it to anyone, but you do have to prove it to yourself in that regardless of what other people say, your skill level is your skill level. Like even whether it's low or high, like your skill is your skill, and the way you perform, you're the only person that can ever perform the way you perform. So I think that's such an important thing to have at the back of your mind. And that's something I'm definitely going to take into consideration when going into the competition this weekend. But yeah, those are just a few of my thoughts, but I got so emotional over that. Oh my gosh, I need to like calm down. I don't know if some of you watched my last video. I basically talked about how I have this like constant anxiety about like the future and like things like that. And especially from like a dancer's perspective, I would hate to leave dance. And there's this saying where like once a dancer, you're always a dancer. And I truly firmly believe in that. And while I'm still young, I obviously want to explore things like that. And so those are just a few of my thoughts. Okay, also this is so incredibly random, but this is the body lotion I've been using. It is so nice. Like the smell, it smells like baby powder basically. The hydration duration of this, I don't know if that makes sense, but like the longevity of the hydration of this lotion, genuinely like it lasts very, very long. And even the scent, it's like, it fades into a very like clean soap scent, which I really like. So I don't know, this was really random, but I like this a lot. And yeah, my hair has gotten pretty long. I think it's also the fact that like I don't wear it down often, so like I never really know how long it is. I don't know if that makes sense, but okay, time for my hair oil. I'm using, I do not know how to pronounce this, Uno, I don't know. Smells incredible. This, okay, I hate very sweet scents. I hate very like artificial scents, as you can tell. I really like that lotion I just showed you. Very, very clean baby powder scents. Nothing insane. And if you watch my fragrance video, you can kind of tell like I like very just like subtle, clean, mature scents. This, I wish they had this in a perfume. If they do that, they need to like give credit to me. I'm playing. But this smell, it smells, it almost has like a masculine smoky smell to it, but it's also kind of florally, like almost petally. And there's a difference between petally and florally. Petally is a little bit more like mature and deep. Florally is a little bit more light and feminine. This is like a deeper type of scent, but it's also mild enough to the point where like it doesn't overpower too much. And this consistency, very, very gorgeous. It's just like a hair oil. So you just like rub it into your hands. My hair is pretty wet right now. Okay, I'll just do it, whatever. You put it on your ends, just like massage it in. I'm supposed to first like towel dry it, but we'll just work with this for now. But also, yes, hair care is such an important thing, especially as a performer and like competitive dancer. Something new I've been using is actually this Moroccan molding cream, Moroccan oil molding cream. I love the Moroccan oil brand. I basically use a lot of their like hair treatments. So good. Not only does it help with like visually repairing your hair, like it genuinely appears so much more silky, so much more like voluminous and healthy, but it genuinely, like the feeling is insane. And even with this molding cream, I actually have no clue if this has some type of like effect that like repairs your hair or whatever, but it almost works as a treatment. So oftentimes like we do a lot of slick backs, for example, I use that and like with a mix of hairspray to kind of like hold my hair in that slick back position. I don't know if that makes sense, but after I wash my hair, like when it's a wash day, it is so soft. And like I do use like a good shampoo and conditioner, but also like after having used the molding cream recently, like I've noticed a really big change in that. And so I don't know, I definitely recommend that. Maybe it's something else, but that's the only new hair product I've been using. So okay, this is such a random yap session. This has gone all over the place. Like I've been almost on the verge of tears and then laughing and crying and joking around. But anyway, I was recently like very obsessed with like jewelry. Like I had a lot of rings. I should do a jewelry tour video soon. But anyway, I basically had this like little event with my dance team where we did like a fundraising event, and me and my mom, well, my mom bought the beads, but I did like the bracelets and she did the bag charms. She made me a special bag charm and bracelets, but they're all beaded, right? Look how gorgeous, like, oh my gosh. And like I was obsessed with like silver jewelry, mixing it with like rose gold jewelry, and like that's expensive, and like yes, long term it's a good investment, but like I don't know, it just seems so heavy and very like bold sometimes. But this is so cute. And like she also made me this one. Look how gorgeous that is. Are you kidding me? And like to make it more like official, she put this like little thing on it. It is so cute, and like I've been wearing these so often, and it also reminded me, like I had this huge beading phase. I also had made this previously with like pearls and little like white sphere beads. Like it's so pretty, and like I love how light it is, and it makes me feel so like jewelry rich. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's so easy to take on and off. Like you can wear this in the water too, technically, like it doesn't tarnish or anything. And I hate jewelry that tarnishes. Like do not scam me, please. But like, oh my gosh, like the stack, are you kidding me? Like it's so pretty, and it's so like, I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just gorgeous. Look at that. Also this other one, like, oh my gosh, look how beautiful. Oh, it kind of snapped here, but beautiful. Like, oh, I love my mommy. It's so pretty, and like there's so much meaning behind like handmade jewelry. I love it. Okay, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go dry my hair with a hair dryer, but that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed my little yap session, and I hope you got to take something away from it. Even if it's just like listening to me while you're getting ready, I would love that. But yeah, stay tuned for a couple more videos regarding dance competitions and a couple more videos regarding my actual performances. I'm gonna start practicing saying things like, oh, comment down below like something you're interested in watching or seeing specific content from me. Today's question of the day is gonna be, what's your current favorite song? Because I shared my favorite song as of right now. It's called I'm Firefly. I'm gonna put like the name and all of that here so that like I don't get it wrong. But please listen to it. If you're Korean, you can just fully listen to it. But also, if you don't speak Korean, please search up the translation. It's such a beautiful song. I feel like nowadays we've lost a lot of artistry within like writing songs. I'm not a songwriter or anything, so don't come for me. I'm just saying, like in general, like a lot of popular songs recently have just been very like surface level in terms of lyrics. I love finding songs that genuinely have such a beautiful backstory to it and holds so much meaning and like relates to like life in general. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we lose a lot of that in like love songs that are in like the pop industry especially, but this song was genuinely so beautiful. And also search up the backstory regarding the artist. I thought that it was such a beautiful story, and it just makes the song make more sense as well. So definitely look into that. But yeah, that's the question of the day. Please comment down your current favorite song. I would love to sit down and listen to such beautiful songs that you recommend. But again, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!